doing? All right. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Thursday, 11 o'clock. We have another exciting topic today. This is one of my favorite topics, clearing the clutter and decluttering. This is probably one of the most common questions we get. So we have a lot of great insights and tactical tips for you. This will be a really brief episode. I just want to go into kind of the meat and potatoes of it. There's a little kind of confusion when it comes to like clutter and things of that nature. So the real kind of like I said, the real strategy is just to cut right to the heart of it and start just getting things out of there. So it's kind of like that. We don't have to be talking about clutter a lot. It's more about action, and there's like a lot of like mental side to it, which we'll see and which we'll go into. But quick introduction. My name is Robert O'Keefe. I'm the creator of Over 55 NJ. We're a resource for individuals downsizing and moving around New Jersey. And our channel's goal is to help people make educated decisions downsizing. We're always here as a resource for you. You can check our website at over55nj.homes, where you can search all the active inventory. That's usually the first step, and the most common step of the journey is people kind of plan out where they want to go next. It's very exciting in some cases. So you're welcome to use our website, set up searches in a no pressure environment. You can search by apartment style houses. You can search by single level solutions. We have all the communities up there, and we keep adding to our website and database. So a lot of great stuff out there, and feel free to check it out. If you want to set up a time to call about your individual situation, go to over55nj.chat, and you can always reach out and set up a time for a phone call. So we're going to go into the psychological aspect about decluttering first. There's a lot of emotional attachments to different items, and sometimes like there could be a little bit confusion. I like the graphic here. So why don't we hold on to stuff? Emotional attachments, just in case items. That's very generational. Some of the previous generations grew up with not a lot and not all the great resources we have today. We're living in a very amazing time of abundance, and life is very fantastic right now, just comparatively to years ago. That's all relative. But we have a lot compared to what our previous generations, what our ancestors' generations didn't have. But a lot of that's very psychological, with people hold on to things just in case, and just in case they would need something. I have that too from my parents. Tend to save a lot over the years. And it's just something that sometimes like people have a tough time letting go of some things. And there's also the fear, like, will I need this in the future? We'll give you some strategies on how to like get rid of that. Um, so it's really important just to let some of this stuff go. The number one way in most cases to really make your house presentable is to declutter, to make it look bigger. If you have some things here and there, people understand. We have a house up for sale. You can Google it, 26 Grand Ave in Wayne, New Jersey. The clients did an amazing job cleaning out, but in the garage, we have like a lot of stuff from the house. Clients understand that some of the stuff has to go somewhere. So you don't need to declutter everything, but you do have to clean out the house, and it really benefits you just to make the house look as big as possible. So when sometimes we go over, we do the pre-listing consultation. Probably the biggest question is what do I have to do? What money do I have to spend? And the good news is a lot of times it's free. The decluttering process, just getting rid of some things, you'll be surprised what a big difference it makes. Um, Another thing is what I wanted to talk about too is like technology. So we went into this a little bit previously, but you'll be surprised how great the technology is these days. Think about the new cars with the backup cameras and all the cool things our cars could do these days. The technology, like holding onto stuff and things that you would think you would need, are just going to get blown away by different things that are just going to modernize over the years. So don't be afraid just to let go of some things, televisions, old electronics, something that you may perceive as value are just going to get blown away and probably not even used. I'm still old enough to remember the VCR player, the cassette tapes, believe it or not. So you get my point. A lot of these things just becomes worth less and less as things go on, as time goes on, and you don't have to hold on to anything. Probably the best, most valuable thing you can do is just to let go. Now, quick little tactic. We're going to get very tactical, just going to the point with this one. The room by room strategy. I got this technique from Con Mary, who runs a consulting and decluttering business. We'll talk about um, decluttering in the next as we go on. We'll talk about declutterers and organizers, professionals as we go on in the presentation. But one thing to do is just go room by room and just don't stop until the room is done. There's a strategy for that called prioritizing and executing. One of the best things to do is just go in the kitchen. That's really where the heart is, and you can just really get out a lot of stuff in the kitchen. The first thing to do is use the 4 pile method, which is keep, donate, trash, and unsure. And you'll be surprised like what a big dent you can make in it just by staying organized and just separating everything into different piles and just going room by room. Um, Closets, the 80-20 rule. There's a statistic that you only wear 20% you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. That goes for me, that goes for everybody. So if you have stuff that doesn't fit anymore, stuff you don't really wear, consider donating those clothes and letting it go. If you want a good list of people that would come pick up your clothes so you don't have to take them anywhere or a convenient place to drop them off of, feel free to reach out to us and we can provide some resources for you. The garage and the basement, those are the tough things because that tends to be the catch all for a lot of things. But if you have some sentimental stuff that you want to let go or some old things that don't work, you can consider donating those items as well. And then, of course, there's the expired products in the bathroom, stuff that no longer is usable. Those things are easy things just to throw away. One of my favorite tips is the Pomodoro technique, very popularized on the internet now, where you set a 25-minute timer and just work and focus. Put the phone in the other room and you can put some music on and just work for 25 minutes on one room at a time. You'll be surprised what a dent that makes in the whole process. And just do a little bit every day. 25 minutes every day compounds and just adds up. And it just adds up to small wins. Then take a 5-minute break. Then you might consider doing another 25 minutes. But setting a timer is just like a game changer. I use timers a lot for work, for working out, and it just kind of helps you stay in the moment, helps set a limit, and it helps kind of like gamifies it to make it a little bit more fun. Because let's face it, some of this is pretty boring, just decluttering and getting the house ready. But little by little, things add up, and I would encourage you just to do little by little. Just start small, and once you get started, you're going to want to keep going. Happens all the time. Now, smart storage ideas for smaller spaces. So, maximize vertical spaces. Go up rather than go sideways. You'll be surprised how much you can fit. Use multi-purpose furniture for different rooms of the house. Clear bins and labels. One of the best investments you can make is a labeler. We have one that can just print out labels. You'll be surprised how useful it is. And then the seasonal storage tricks, putting the seasonal stuff away, putting them all in one area. I like the attic, but label the bins and just label everything. It's going to help with the move later on. And it's also going to make your house look a lot better. So, when to get help, when to hire a professional organizer or a move manager. Um, I wouldn't go with this way first. I would just do it for the saving money aspect. Is the first thing to do is to contact us, and we can give you some guidance and a checklist. And then from there, all you would have to do is just go to work, and like I said, just work a little bit every day. Um, so I wouldn't go straight and straight to an organizer. I would contact us first, and we can kind of give you a checklist. What basically a lot of times when people invite us over for the initial consultation, we'll just go room by room with them and tell them what they need to do, what they don't need to do, and then leave with an organized checklist. And we kind of like modify that. We make like a very solid game plan, and you'll know exactly what you have to do. We do that virtually or in person. So you're welcome to reach out to us or send us a direct message. Our email address is over55nj@gmail.com. So very good here. So let me just go through my notes. So that would be the first step. The one way I would hire help on is for a professional junk cleaning service. So once you have everything organized, once you have everything labeled, taken care of, and knowing exactly what you want to fall out, what you want to throw out, we see a lot of value in the clean out companies, people that come in and will just take all your stuff and then dispose it for you. There's a ton of value in that. You'll be surprised what a difference that makes. But it's really on you first to determine what you need and what you don't need. We can help you with that guide, with those guidelines. Every situation is different. So that's kind of like the upfront work. And then you can hire someone for the muscle, especially if you're a little bit older, if you're not in the best, um, kind of like state to carry all this stuff out. And if you want to save a ton of time, there's a ton of value in those services. Just imagine someone just taking everything out for you out of the house. It's like a dream come true. And it's going to feel so good. And then we have those resources for you that we can connect you with a few people to get quotes, and you can have kind of like make the best educated decision there in that respect. So let's go through. I want to turn it back to you guys. Let's see if you can create a 7-day mini purge challenge. If you guys want, you can comment below in the comments and just see, post pictures too of what you're throwing out. We can make like a little competition of it. You can always send it to me too if you don't want to go public. And, I can just kind of give you some ideas of what you would have to clean out. But what I would encourage is start with the easiest space and go one room at a time. Set the timer, and we actually have a checklist for you, the 10 things you can let go today. If you want a copy of that, just write copy in the comments, and you can get some ideas just to kind of jumpstart your brain and jumpstart the process. So happy to provide that for you. So now we're going to do a quick Q&A as we always do. Feel free to phone in your questions or write them in the comments. How can we tell if we're truly being prepared or just letting our what if worries pile up with our stuff? Um, so we should have a checklist for that. That's a good question. I think it would go on a very individual basis. You can let us know like kind of what you're thinking and like if I would need this or not. Um, the good things to keep obviously are medicines, a first aid kit, things of that nature, warm clothes, all like the basic survival stuff. But I think it really goes person by person and need by need. So we're happy to take a look for you. Next question. When you're stuck on something in the maybe pile, what's a quick, easy way to make a decision and just move on? Marie Kondo KonMari has a great kind of strategy for this. She says, if it doesn't spark joy, so you ask yourself a question, right? And she says, if this doesn't spark joy, then let it go. So if you don't see really a need for it, if it doesn't really give you happiness or there's not a use, then it's a heck no, and then you could just get rid of it. But ask yourself a question, kind of envision yourself in your next house and say like, well, I need this here, or is this something I could just buy? And maybe I could buy something brand new, especially with the proceeds I have coming from my old house. How do we keep up the energy for decluttering even when we just don't feel like doing it? How do we keep up the energy for decluttering even when we just don't feel like doing it? Oh man, like that's how it gets started and that's how things pile up. And I want to preach here, but that's just how it happens. So the best thing to do is to set the timer and go room by room, especially if you just set a timer, you can do it right on your phone, 25 minutes, and just go little by little. You can even start with 10 minutes. You'll be surprised. Once you get rolling, you're going to want to keep going, but just start the timer. Say to yourself a little trick I got from Mel Robbins was you just go 3, 2, 1, go, set the timer, and then just start a little bit and just separate by the piles and just go little by little. But you're right, it is a little cumbersome, but if you use like little tactics like that and a timer, it just makes it a lot easier. Besides the money, what are the hidden headaches of messy storage that might mean it's time for help? What are them? Besides the money, what are the hidden headaches of messy storage that might mean it's time for help? Um, I think you would know it. I think you would go on a personal basis. I mean, some of the stuff can stay there. It just doesn't serve a purpose. But if you're getting ready, we have a saying that you should always get in touch with us in advance. Great real estate planning is done in advance. So if you're planning to get ready and you're planning down the line, it just might be ready just to get rid of stuff. Um, the other thing you could just kind of base it on is if it's a safety hazard, if there's just too much stuff in the house, if you're losing stuff, if you don't know where things are, if you're just like walking around hunting for stuff, that might be a sign too. But it's really a very personal basis. But if you're thinking of getting ready in the next year or two, it's probably a good sign that you can get rid of some stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Any other questions? The last one. After that first purge, what's the next simple step to keep your space feeling light and clear? What a great question. After that first purge, what's the next simple step to keep your space feeling light and clear? I would say get a professional cleaning service, get everything clean, get everything sparkling clean. That's an easy one, right? But you'll be surprised what a great cleaning service can do just to lighten up the whole space. You may consider just doing some painting jobs, painting up and touching up some spots, also very inexpensive. But I would say cleaning and just some light touches with some painting will just go a long way. And then it's the season for flowers too. You might put some flowers out. That could really lighten up the space, open up the blinds. It's a great time of year for that. Summer's here. All right. Well, like I said, a quick episode, but lots of tactical stuff. Feel free to email us at over55nj@gmail.com. Let us know if you have any questions at all. It's always a pleasure. We look forward to hearing from you. This was a great topic today. So we really want to hear about what you want to talk about and everything that's important to you. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. Feel free to reach out anytime. Our email is over55nj@gmail.com. You can also set up the searches for homes at over55nj.homes just to start checking out the inventory, start planning for your next chapter. And we'll go from there. Like I said, we're always here as a resource for you. We'll be back again next week, and we can't wait to present another topic. So just let us know what you want to hear in between. We'll be in touch, and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.